Hip-hop diet is full of guys who cannot even rap. Facts. Media dividing us by colors, white or black. Facts. If you believe
it's the
in
reason.
Jesus,
I mean,
these days
it's
Christians
the reason they're
get
shutting
attacked.
bars and shit
If
like
you
that
don't
down. They
hate
don't want
beliefs,
people.
then everybody thinks you're whack. And everything's so connected. Black Lives Matter got so aggressive. White folks who agree can't support the message. Both sides go to war because they don't respect it. Our social climate from the global tension turned to total violence and a whole depression. We could unify and then I'll go against them, but we let them divide us with votes and elections. Hey, the music we bump, all about shooting guns and doing drugs. Hey, whoa. The things that we want are promoted subliminally through the songs like, you need a fast car, you need designer clothes, you need a rap star to tell you to start popping pills, hit the blunt and go live at the club till you're broke. It's all controlled by the elites, put fake news all over our screens, convincing the right to go fight with the left and distract from the fact it's each other we need. Divided by race and religion, segregated into teams. You a white supremacist. If you're not, I guess you Antifa. Screaming from the rooftops, beat down better. Turn us on each other now, no lives matter. If we do what the news wants, blood gon' splatter. Turn us on each other till no lives matter. Freedom's dead. If you have an opinion, take it back. Facts. People hate the president. If you don't, then you trash. Facts. Indoctrinate the nation using news and mainstream rap. Facts. The government abuses us. It's all part of the plan. Facts. And it's so confusing. Black Lives Matter is a valuable movement, but all lives matter ain't racist or stupid. It's non-black humans who don't feel included. All colors fall under laws to govern the whole country, and we all suffer. We're all broke and nobody recovers until we accept that we're all brothers. Hey, the music we make, all about big booties and getting paid. Hey, whoa. We watch the news and it fills up our brains with violence and riots and race. Like this is a race war. You need to hate more. Get what you came for. You need some songs about Xanax and violence so you can escape more. What a vicious cycle we can't break away from. They control the culture, they control the paper. They're indoctrinating a whole generation till the patriots start to hate the nation. The music we love make us dumb and addicted. The news that we watch is brainwashing the children. The viruses, riots, and racist conditions ain't problems, they're symptoms of life in the system. Screaming from the rooftops, beat down better. Turn us on each other now, no lives matter. If we do what the news wants, blood gon' splatter. Turn us on each other till no lives matter. The music will make you dumb, the media makes you hate, and they control them both. There ain't no escape. They put the world in a state of chaos, economy crashing and massive layoffs. Black against white or it's left versus right, divide and conquer and control is the payoff. Screaming from the rooftops, beat down better. Turn us on each other now, no lives matter. If we do what the news wants, blood gon' splatter. Turn us on each other till no lives matter. I can't be canceled, there's no way that you can stop me. I'm fully independent, there's no label who can drop me. Y'all been starting rumors, let me help you with some. Yeah. I'm a racist, I'm a sexist, I'm in love with Donald Trump. Y'all can't cancel me, my life is scandal free. There ain't no sponsors taking losses cause the brand is me. My hands are clean, my family and my fans agree. Y'all can't cancel me for facts because you're mad and weak. Go ahead and tell the world I'm ugly and racist. I braid my hair and I don't care about cultural appropriation. I lived in the ghetto, lived in South Central, there's no Caucasians. And still I loved every single one of my neighbors. How's a man say I'm clickbait if he gonna use this face to get clicks on his page? Y'all hypocrites are bitch made.
No liberals were
I ain't
harmed in the
tripping
making
about
of our
these
first
bullies,
video.
it ain't 6th grade. Go ahead and diss me trying to sell a couple mixtapes. I'm not afraid, take my face and my name, paste it on the front page. I'm already famous and you'll never change it by hating or claiming you'll take it away. My grind wicked, write my rhymes different. You could try to quantify defying limits as a dying gimmick and denying winning. This is pure fire, this ain't white privilege.
Hello, guys. Welcome to Brutally Honest with Nathan and Brian.
What's up?
What's up? We're doing a middle of a week show today, guys. There's been a lot of stuff that's kind of really set me off or triggered my snowflake ass this week that I just It's every day. So I had to have a show. I hit Brian up this morning and said, dude, we're not waiting until Saturday to do show 2. We are going to do show 2 today on Wednesday. So with that being said, I hope you guys check us out. I hope you guys watch us. If you like the music that we always start with and that we've been ending with, it's by a gentleman by the name of Tom McDonald. Once again, I like to say this and point this out. I'm not a huge rap guy. I'm a musician, but I really like his music. It's freaking awesome. I mean, it really is.
It's Tom MacDonald. A lot of people are missing that. It's not MC, it's MAC.
So it's not like old McDonald. It's
Yes.
MacDonald. Okay.
Yeah. Get on his Facebook page. Get on his YouTube. Follow this guy. Subscribe. He's awesome. Hey, he's dropping a new video Friday morning.
That's right. He
Yes.
is. He's got a new song coming out Friday. He's been carrying around a baby bottle warning that it's going to trigger a lot of people.
It's going to trigger people. You bet.
I'm sure it will. He's artistic. It's catchy. He writes his own music, which is what I respect more than anything. Even if I don't like the music, if somebody writes it, they're an artist, and I respect it. And that's coming from somebody that writes it. Look, I cover songs. It's easy to play a cover song. It's easy. It's easy to play somebody else's stuff. It's hard to write your own stuff. And that's what I really respect about him. Even if I don't necessarily like rap, I love his music. I've been jamming it. My wife comes home and sees me, dancing to it and grooving to No Lives Matter. I've just been really getting to it. So,
and he doesn't give a cuck who he freaking triggers. That's the best part.
Yeah, he's an independent artist. He can get away with it. He doesn't have to say the things, and he doesn't have to give away his rights for a payday. So that's pretty awesome. But getting right into it. So one of the things that's really been setting me off this week is the whole. There's been a business locally that's been shut down. And it's been shut down because apparently they were breaking COVID restrictions, right? So, we've recently seen a 77% decline in COVID nationwide. And rather than really focusing on how that's amazing fucking news. So rather than focus on that, they go and they shut down a bar and they shut down with people having a good time. But I want you to read, and I'm going to pull it up in a second, about why they shut it down. So here we go. Right.
Yeah, and this is just a bar in West Virginia. I'm over in Ohio. There's 2 bars in Upper Ohio that have had the same exact thing happen to them.
Yeah, exactly. And it's all over the country. And people are like, no, it's not about control. It isn't. It's about keeping people safe. No, sorry. It's fucking about control. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. Remember, the reason why I say that, COVID cases are down 77%. There's less than 1% of active cases in our entire state of West Virginia. It's looking on the up and up. I'm not going to get into why I think that is right now. I'm just saying everything is looking better. But look, I want to give a shout out to the Copper Pint people. Copper Pint was shut down. The ABCA suspends their license because of overcrowding. And they said that people in this place right here weren't wearing masks. They had vocals, so they had music going on. Yeah. And not only did they have music going on, they were dancing, and that's why Hey
Nathan, zoom that up a little bit so folks can see a little better.
Oh, okay. And not only were they just getting busted for singing and dancing, but they were just over 50% capacity. That's it, And the way I look at this is, hey guys, you know what? You don't want to go to the Copper Pint pub. Stay your fat ass at home. Watch TV, play a video game. Eat. That's what West Virginians are good at doing. Be antisocial. But if you want to go and you want to have a good time, go to the Copper Pint. Have fun, dance. And if they come in and say you can't, you give them the bird. This is America. This isn't communism. They can't shut you down because of singing and dancing. Because there's stand up to them, push back. This is 100% complete bullshit. We do not live in communist America, guys. We live in America. If you're worried that you're going to get sick, don't go to the Copper Pint. Okay? Don't go to the Copper Pint. Don't have a drink. Don't listen to live music. Just don't go. Stay home. Wrap your face in a plastic bag and put a hat on. And something else I want to talk about, okay? Something else I want to talk about really quick is I remember growing up, and I remember vividly because I loved it. People used to be in a car, when they were in a car, we'd play a game. Okay, I remember playing this with girls at the time when I was a teenager. I was hoping to look at some boobies. Any vehicle that had a light out,
He's still hoping to.
yeah, any vehicle that had a light out, we would say something and hold our hand up in the air. And the last person that would hit the roof of the car had to take off a piece of clothing. I cannot remember the name of that game. Okay, but now people need to start doing that game with how many people they look over and see dumbass in their car wearing a mask when it's just them. Okay, so every time I go down the street and I see a dumbass wearing a mask in their car by themselves, I'm like, yep, sheep. Yep, my taxes are going to be higher because of them. I'm not going to be able to send my kids to school because of them, right? Speaking of which, teachers, go to work. If you don't want to go to work because you're afraid, don't get paid. Right? I work with the public. I have no choice. My wife works with the public. She has no choice. The Dollar General employees go to work every day. They have no choice. Guess what? Why are you holding our kids hostage? You have no choice. Go to work. Don't get paid, or shut the hell up.
And like and you guys are getting bullshitted by your teachers unions. You're getting bullshitted. You want to know why? Because what it is they're getting all kinds of COVID relief, and they're putting all the fear out in these schools so teachers won't want to freaking go teach. Well, if they don't have to open the schools, guess what they're doing with that freaking money? They're pocketing it. They're enjoying it. They're going to get pay raises. Quit listening to their shit.
Well, not only did teachers get a well-deserved pay raise in our state, we finish close to dead last in West Virginia in education every year. We never move the needle, so we throw more money at it. We still don't move the needle, and plus our kids don't go to school. And it's really crazy, right? My wife has a full-time job in retail. I have a full-time job in retail. I've got a special needs son that goes to school Monday and Tuesdays. I got a daughter that goes to school Wednesday, Thursday, Friday 1 week. And the next week she goes only Thursday and Friday with virtual, the opposite of that. Try to organize that and find daycares. It's a nightmare. Look, It's all about options. If you're afraid, stay home unpaid. It's all about options. If you're afraid to send your kids, keep them home on virtual. Let me have the option to, and tons of other people that are too afraid to offend the woke or shaming mob, send their kids. It's all, our kids aren't learning anything this year, and the school year is almost over with. I taught my kid Common Core math. Have you seen Common Core math? Common Core math is absolutely nuts.
It's insane.
Crazy. I taught my kid how I do math. She learned it. The Common Core way don't work. So, I'm sorry I'm going to be talking a lot tonight, but I've been really passionate about this. I'm tired of other people dictating our lives because of fear and shame. That is their weapon, fear and shame. Every time I engage in a conversation over COVID, it's like, oh, what if you bring it home to your family? What if you get separated from your family and you have to look outside through a window because you can't go in because you may get COVID? Look, I'm not scared, okay? I work with the public. If you're scared, stay home. Don't go to Walmart. Teachers shouldn't be able to go to Walmart if they won't go to the classroom. And with that, Brian, I'm going to leave it over to you to take us where you want to go next.
Oh, God. I'm telling you, the place where I'm furious, the thing that is absolutely just literally eating me alive inside, we are being lied to on a regular basis. It's even not about lie. It's about not getting transparency. It's about not having honesty. And guess where it's coming from? It's coming from our medical community. It's coming from our government. And it has
Dr.
to do...
Fauci that loves the camera. He loves the camera. Man, if I would have been wrong, not even 1% that Fauci's been wrong about shit in my line of work, I'd have been fired. And this dude's all over the TV just grinning.
Yeah,
we're going to have to wear masks for 2 more years.
And I'm telling you, anybody out there, get on your phone, get on your computer, download the Telegram app. Okay? It's the only place right now that conservatives are able, it's not even conservatives. There's both sides that are on here. It's been being used for a long time, but it's one of the only places that is allowing people to get honest communication out, to really share things that are going on. Get on there, and one of the first places that you need to go on that Telegram app is you need to get on to, let me find it here for you. It is COVID vaccine victims. Okay? This is what they're hiding from you all. There are hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of people. And this is just the ones that are uploading videos, that are talking about their experiences. They are getting debilitating side effects from this. There are strokes that are happening from this. There are deaths that are happening from this. And the thing is they are covering this stuff up. They aren't talking about it on the news. They're telling people, they're calling these people liars. And these people are posting videos of what their family members are doing. These people are, posting daily information about all the bad things that their family member is going through after having the vaccine. Okay? There are doctors, nurses, nurse practitioners that are out there that are trying to speak out about this and being silenced. They're telling people this is gene therapy. They have proof.
Well, that's
it
the
is
thing.
causing.
I mean, they don't want that. That's the weird thing. It's like, and I'm going to be honest. If the vaccine helps, that's awesome. I'm 100% for it. And I'm going to tell you what threw up my flag, my Nathan weird flag.
Oh, I know what did it to me.
Well, excuse me. Was when they started showing politicians live on TV getting it. Like, look, Kamala Harris is getting it. Look, Joe Biden's getting it. Look, all these people are getting it. You should get it. That's what scared me. That's when I realized, okay, here, what in the shit?
What should have thrown up the flag on everybody is the one thing that they did make completely known. All of these companies have it in writing that they cannot be held responsible for anything that happens to you after taking this vaccine. They have no liability. You cannot sue them.
That's weird. I didn't know that. That's kind of interesting.
They have no liability. It was put into every one of these vaccines. So no matter what happens to you, there's nothing you can do about it. It's literally, it's your choice. It's your risk. If you take it and something goes wrong, screw you.
Well, so Dr. Fauci, he said 2022 is maybe when we won't be able to wear masks. You're going to have to wear a mask if you've already had COVID. You're going to have to wear a mask if you're going to have to wear a mask if you get vaccinated. So, like, obviously, we're going to be wearing masks. They don't want to do away with it. It's $1 billion industry and $1 billion product by people buying masks, and it's a control thing. So, obviously, they're not going to willingly give them up, which I believe that we're starting to hit herd immunity, and that's just my thing. I mean, here we are in February. Vaccines haven't had time to kick in. And we're 77% lower on cases. Masking and social distancing hasn't changed since September. So, and cases are dropping now. So I believe that's due to herd immunity and not the vaccine or anything else. And I'm sorry, my puppy German Shepherd's running around and biting the shit out of me right now. So
hey, CDC actually came out, and there have been and results have come out that show somewhere between March and April, we are supposed to be in herd immunity. The reason that that's happening isn't because of the damn vaccine. It's because a virus has been running its course. It's because people have been getting it. People have been getting over it. The old and sick, some of them have died from it. It's what's been happening for years with viruses.
That's
the old
right.
and sick get viruses and can die from it or be damaged by it. But the healthy...
And I tell you, I just got one comment because you're right. You're so right. But the thing is, guys, remember, wearing a mask in your car alone is like laying in the bed with a condom on by yourself. You're not keeping nobody safe. And every time I drive down the road and see you doing that, I'm just like, total tool.
Yep.
There's a tool.
You look like a moron.
There's a tool. That's why our gas prices are getting ready to be, over $3 a gallon. Tool right there. Higher taxes. That's how I see it. Because our gas has raised almost $1, right? And if you noticed, the Facebook fact checkers are already saying it's not because of Biden taxes higher, gas is higher.
Oh, God.
Give me a break. I've had so many conversations with freaking people online about this shit. And they're like, well, gas isn't, the president doesn't control the price of gas. No, the president doesn't control stock market prices either at Walmart
Right.
and Wall Street. But he sure as hell influences them. And is Joe Biden for gas, natural energy? Fuck no. He's coming after gas. He's already came after coal. We already had that conversation. Not going down that road. It's not going to happen. You're going to be paying by midsummer. Nathan Bogus prediction, right? You can cancel. You can remove me. Hey, you don't ever have to talk to me. But my prediction by midsummer, we'll be paying at least $3.50 per gallon.
I agree completely. And here's the whole thing: all you idiots that are saying, "Well, it's because usage or the cost of oil is always going to fluctuate." No, you want to know how the gas companies do this shit? They do their prices. They do their prices by speculation, people. Okay, they already find out that over in Iran and Saudi Arabia, they've already raised oil. They've already raised oil prices. Okay, we're not going to. They're saying, "Oh, wait a minute. Well, just closing the pipeline had nothing to do with it. We were still getting. It wasn't even up and operating. No, it wasn't. But the gas companies speculated that was going to come into fruition, and once it did, we were going to be able to transport oil easier, which was going to make it more cost effective. And so in their speculation, then they started looking at, okay, we're going to be able to keep our prices at this. As soon as gas companies...
That's a good point. I want to ask one, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I want to say one thing. I don't know if you've clicked on them or not. I'm really curious and if you don't know, that's cool. I just want everybody watching to know. Do you know what the fact checkers are currently saying why gas is raising? Obviously, it's not because of Joe Biden. They're protecting that piece of shit.
I saw a fact check post. I don't remember what it said.
The reason they say because gas is it's rebounding and more people are traveling and they're anticipating more travel.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Exactly. It is bullshit. It's a way for them to milk us because they know they're coming after them.
Yeah, I'm going to make this simple.
Period.
I'm going to make this simple for all you people out there that read fact checks and even remotely believe them. You're fucking retards. Okay? These people haven't got a stinking clue. They're liberal freaking morons that went to liberal freaking college that got taught by idiot Marxist liberals. And the thing is every time something popped up that they want to jump on and fact check, it's literally, they might as well just put, instead of fact check, hey, you fucking morons, we're lying to you.
Exactly.
But read this anyway.
And it shouldn't be that way. A fact check, and the thing is the fact checker become the new media. They knew that people start believing the fact checkers. Like every time I get in a discussion with somebody that's completely fucking clueless, they send me some Reuters fact check, and I read the fact check, and a lot of times, even in the fact check, it confirms exactly what they're fact checking. They just have a very eloquent way of wording it. People don't read between the lines. I mean, we're lazy, I'm lazy, whatever. People don't read between the lines. But and hey, enough about COVID. I'm going to transition to something that this week has drove me nuts. Okay, so Gina, right? I want to talk about Gina. Gina, like Star Wars, the movies from a movie standpoint was dead. Okay, fucking dead.
They killed it.
The Mandalorian was saving it. All right, so they bullied one of the best actresses on that show, one of the new characters. Lucasfilm bullied this lady just because she didn't see, not because of where her views lied. It was because she was, I guess, using her own mind. We talked about that on Saturday, but I didn't know they bullied this lady. They bullied her out and did away with her completely. Sorry, I have a dog here. She's a pup. She loves me. What can I say? But, they completely bullied her out. And so then right after that happened, something really interesting happened. And some people probably already saw it because I hit the wrong button. But Coca Cola, Coca Cola legitimately released on LinkedIn that, hey, people need to be less white. And... like, seriously, they released this week. It's not about, people, they didn't even go about fact checking it. Everybody was covering it because they truly did. And if you, and I'm wanting to pull up some of the things that they actually released to train their employees here. And, I Googled image this, and I'm going to blow it up. So let me go over to my Google here real quick. I apologize. I'm doing everything in real time here so you can see it. But so right here's one.
Somebody's looking up Coke to blast them. So.
Yeah, man. So right here, they released this. This was part of their training program recently. To be less white is to. Okay. First of all, I'm gonna take out the word white, and I'm gonna replace it with black, and you're gonna see how much more racist it sounds. To be less black is to be less oppressive, be less arrogant, be less certain, be less defensive, be less ignorant, be more humble, listen, believe, break with apathy, break with black solidarity. I mean, come on, guys.
Hey, Nathan.
Yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt. Do me a favor real quick.
Sure.
Bring up real quick what the definition of racism is.
Hey, very good point. Let me click here. We'll go to Google. I'm going to type racism definition for kids. You see this bullshit? I mean, that is the first thing that
the
comes
definition
up.
is the same whether you're a child or an adult.
I mean, my God. Okay.
Oh, we don't need Oxford's definition because they're freaking liberal retards.
Racism. Okay, here we go. Prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against a person or people on the basis of their membership in a particular membership in a particular.
Did you get your card?
I
didn't get my white card.
I don't. Membership in a particular racial or ethnic group, typically one that is a minority or marginalized. A program to combat racism in parentheses. Wow.
Racism is judging people based on the color of their skin.
Yeah, judging
that includes
everybody.
White.
Like Brian, you're an asshole, right? Most people don't like you because you're an asshole. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm not an asshole because I'm white. I'm just an asshole.
Exactly. Like, I mean, that's like labeling me an asshole because Brian's an asshole because we're both white. I'm
Nathan
bald.
is an asshole.
Well, I am I do. I'm a full-fledged asshole. But most people don't like me because I'm the one that tells them how it really is, and they just don't want to hear it. And you know what I mean? That's a whole other discussion. But seriously, Coca Cola, a freaking awesome American company, released this to their employees. In the U.S. and other Western nations, white people are socialized to feel that they are inherently superior because they are white. How many of you watching believe that?
Yeah, we don't feel we're superior. No white person. White people don't believe. White people don't believe this way. Trust me, there are racist people. Holy crap! Me and Nathan both come from freaking West Virginia. We've known racist people, but the thing is they're not. All of West Virginia is not inherently racist because there's a ton of white people.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you listen to anything. That's the other thing, too, man. I've traveled all over the world for work, and if there's one thing that I can relate to is being from West Virginia. You tell people from West Virginia, you're like, oh, wow. You're the only West Virginian I've ever seen with all your teeth. And I'm like, hey, buddy, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Here's the point, though. At the end of the day, okay, West Virginia, we've never had a race problem here. I don't know of any race problem in West Virginia, but by God, they have it in Minneapolis, right? They have it in liberal utopia, where it's the welfare capital of the world, California. We don't have a race problem in West Virginia. We don't. I don't know of any race riots, race wars. I don't know of any.
Liberals talk about racism because it creates division in people. It has nothing to do with it being true.
Yeah, because united means, like what GameStop did to the hedge fund guys.
Yeah. And guess what? We were united until guess who? Obama.
That's true.
Obama's the one that drove the race wars.
Well, the problem with I'm gonna it's easy to say that, but I'm gonna break that down. Obama categorized people more. When Obama entered office, it was just the LGBT community. Now it's the LGBT. Whatever the shit. It's like 20 letters long now, right? It's all about seeing people's category first.
Here you go. In our comments, if anybody out there that knows anything about the LGBTQ community can give us all of the different names that they're calling it now. I would love to see this because I haven't found one person yet that can do it.
It's all bullshit. If you create categories of people, it's tribalism at its finest, right? I'm a white bald guy, right? So I should only care about other white bald dudes, right? You know, my wife is a beautiful white female. She should only care about white females. Gay guys should only care about gay guys. Lesbians should only care about lesbians. Whatever, okay? But, however, it's okay to say that you're full of black pride. It's okay to say you're full of gay pride. It's okay to say you're full of anything but being white. Like, I don't understand the attack on being white. Like, once again, you know, I'm white. You know, I'm freaking bald. And at the end of the day, I've never had an ancestor that's tied to slavery. Our vice president, she is a direct descendant of slave owners. But it's okay because she's a person of color. Right. Give me a break. It's all bullshit to divide. That's all they want to do is divide us. And
Absolutely.
they're using our media to do it, right? If you're into basketball, obviously they paint Black Lives Matter on the basketball court now, or kneeling, or, you know, recently Mark Cuban didn't want to play the national anthem because, you know, he's afraid of offending China, I guess. But it's, I mean, seriously, identity politics is nuts. It really is. I mean, they shouldn't even be asking that on job applications. It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't. That should not be a qualification.
Not at all.
That is not what people should even notice about you. If I'm a white bald guy, they should notice white bald guy. They should notice Nathan Bogus. And I'm going to take that. And I'm going to take that to something that's absolutely personal to me. My son has Down syndrome. Right? It's easy to label him as Down syndrome. Down syndrome people, there's some states that have had to pass laws to where you can't abort Down syndrome babies, and there's some countries that automatically abort them because they have Down syndrome. I didn't understand it in the beginning either. I went through a whole time of learning what it meant. So if you're, but my point behind that is you're labeling. I don't want him to grow up and be looked at as a kid with Down syndrome or a person with Down syndrome. I want people to see him for who he is. And that translates all over to race and sexuality. Who gives a shit what you do in your bedroom? I don't care if you strap one on and take it in the butt and take a strap on in the ear. I don't give a shit, and you shouldn't try to make me realize that's what you do for my approval. And that's what's scary. And that's what's sad is they want my approval. Like, I don't give a shit what you do. You want to go hump a pig? Hey, it's not me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, here's the whole thing. If you want us to be less white, teach us how to freaking dance. That's where our whiteness comes out the most.
And when you said dance, that reminded me of that bar. Right? They shut that bar down because people were singing. They had a band, or they had vocals. They just said vocals, whatever the hell that means. So music. They had music and people were dancing, and they got shut down. Not only does that make one hell of a movie, okay, Footloose, right? Footloose was that movie already. It was already made. Not only does it make that movie, people allow that bar, that owner, to be shut down, his family's income, because people were having a good time. Like, fucking seriously. This is America. If I want to say that I think Joe Biden's a commie, I can, because Joe Biden is a commie. There you go.
Yep. He's at least in bed with him, that's for sure. Well, him and Buddy Gig. But still,
however you say
it. Buddy Gig.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Fuck, whatever. I don't give a shit.
Well, he's in our. You know, obviously, he got appointed a piece in. I mean, he's in a position in government because he was actually beating Biden there in the primary, and he automatically just stepped out of the way before the vote ended because
they all did.
Yeah, because and Klobuchar was one that just stepped out of the way, so because Biden wouldn't have won he probably wouldn't have won the primary. But he's the most popular president in history. Remember that.
What was it? This was his third or fourth time that he's tried to run, and nobody's ever voted for him. This time magically. Everybody wanted it.
That's because of hate is that much power.
What's that?
Hate
What's
is
that
that
smell?
powerful. Listen, hate is that power, right? Hate is so much more powerful than love. Everybody that hated Trump just went out and voted. Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
But no, that leads me to what else I talked about today, which was Steven Crowder. Look, Steven Crowder is a stud. Okay,
Awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome. Hey, look, man, I'm in love with Steven Crowder. I want to have Steven Crowder's baby someday. Okay, Steven Crowder is awesome, and what he did recently, and you can get on YouTube and Google it yourself. I could pull up Google and show you, but hey, I'm not going to do that. Steven Crowder got voter rolls of people that went and voted. Okay.
Yep.
And he took and went to those addresses, took a picture of that day's newspaper along with the address and name of the person that voted. He did this throughout Nevada. He went to Michigan, and he found out that a lot of people voted, and a lot of people that voted in empty parking lots and apartment complexes that absolutely did not exist. And you can see this right on, just do it, YouTube's Steven Crowder voter fraud, and you can see him go to addresses of people that voted that don't exist.
Yep.
Houses don't exist.
Yeah, unless some of those dead people are buried there.
And what's even better, it gets even better, okay? So, like, rather than acknowledging this and being like, yeah, we need to fix this shit, you know what I mean? Twitter kicks him off for 11 hours because of voter fraud. And he fought back, and he's like, what do you mean voter fraud? I proved it. I absolutely proved that these people did not vote, that these places do not exist. So think about that. You got big tech censoring a guy that totally just proved one narrative. Totally just proved it. Like we're not talking about Dominion. We're not talking about mass voter fraud. We're talking about what truly happened. And what truly happened is in those states, you had people that voted in places that don't exist. 100% proven and 100% censored by big tech. And what do you think about big tech, Brian, and their censorship?
I absolutely despise big tech.
It only works one way.
Yep. Absolutely. One freaking way. And the thing is anything that goes against their narrative, anything they don't want you to hear, they will shut you down. And the thing is the more truth you're spreading, the more that they are fighting to find it all and shut it all down. They absolutely know this. They're all together on it. Seriously, I try and warn people all the time. Yeah, everybody says, we have to get off this platform because they're censoring us. We have to get on this platform. People need to really pay attention that there's two main platforms everyone uses. It's called Microsoft and iOS.
Exactly.
Google.
Hold on.
Microsoft, iOS, Google are the main platforms people use.
Well, you've got, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go through all the big ones. All right. We got Android, which is just a software platform, but it's not a social media platform. Social media platform, you've got YouTube, you got Facebook, Google, obviously, with their search engine is huge, and you got Twitter. So those are the big people that can truly form opinions. And anytime all of them are saying one thing, it's pretty obvious about what they're trying to control. But your average Joe doesn't look at things that way. And that's what really should terrify people. If it really wasn't for your average liberal white woman person, our kids would be in school. And they're not in school because of people like me or you or my wife. They're not in school because of liberal white women. Period. Right? And once again, look, if you're afraid to go to work, don't go to work, don't get paid. You don't want to send your kid to school, don't send them. It's all about options. I should have the option to send mine, right? If you're too afraid to go work, then my tax dollars aren't good enough for you to, pay your ass with. And I'm so tired of defending teachers. Teachers do the right thing. Bullshit. You guys have failed us year after year in West Virginia, right? Look at where our education is in West Virginia. It's a freaking joke. It is an absolute joke, and it always will be a joke until somebody holds people accountable for the shit.
Yeah. And the sad part is there's great teachers out there.
No,
I know great
teachers.
Absolutely.
But I want to say
the thing is those great teachers are doing what they need to. They're the ones that are educating the right way. But the thing is there are so many of the others. They don't have a voice in it anymore. They're being crushed.
Well,
they can't. It's hard for them to speak up because they don't have enough that's backing them.
Well, people are ashamed. People are afraid. Most conservatives won't speak up. They're afraid. They don't want to talk about politics. They were taught not to. People like me don't give a shit. You shame me. Every time I bring up COVID, they're like, "Oh, you might bring it home to your kids." Oh, that doesn't work with me. Sorry, fuck you, buddy. It doesn't work. You can shame me. You can try whatever. That don't work for me. You know what? That ain't. It's my choice. But my thing particularly, going back with the teachers is, yes, it's not all teachers, and I want to correct that statement. Some people really are trying to do the right thing, and they have their hands tied, and that I feel really bad about. And I just know at the end of the day, it's our kids that are suffering for whatever reason. Our kids aren't at risk of COVID. You can look at the age. You can Google age, death by COVID by age. And actually, that's something I want to do. I want to do right now.
Yeah, children aren't at risk. Teenagers aren't at risk. Adults up to the age of what is it, 60 years old? For the most part, aren't at any risk. The thing is we've only all along from the beginning of this. There's only been a certain demographic we needed to protect. When it comes to the virus, we've known about it the majority of the time.
Yeah, and if you're the governor of New York, you send them to their death.
Yeah, exactly. That's just it. I mean, it's simple. I've said it over and over again to people that I've talked to. It's like I won't wear a mask when I go out just doing daily things. I won't. If I have to go to the hospital where I know there are old and sick people, I'll put on that mask and I will not question it.
So
if I want to go visit a friend or a loved one in a nursing home, I would put that mask on in a second and not question it. I will not do it other places. And if I'm around someone that is very, very sick, that wants me around but is still concerned for themselves, they have every right to ask. And I stress, ask me to put that mask on.
Yeah. No, actually, I don't think they have that right. If they're that scared, stay the fuck home.
No,
that's my opinion, man.
No, I'm talking if I have to be around someone. If I'm going to be around visiting someone, a family member or something like that, or we're going to go visit, and they're like, hey, just be on the safe side. Do you mind wearing a mask while you're over here? Man, if somebody asks me like that, I have no problem with it.
Yeah. And
don't shove it down my throat.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I do the same. If I go to a doctor's office or if I'm going to, a trampoline park with the kids, I try my best to obey. But if I go to Walmart, if I go to Dollar General, my ass ain't wearing one. I don't give a shit who I'm with. I'm not. I'm going there to spend money. You don't want my money? You want to kick me out for what I want to do? Screw you. Yeah, I'm not going to give you my money. But anyway, this is the CDC's website of death of COVID by age. So let's see how dangerous it is for our kids. Remember, we've had COVID now for what? Let's just say a year, right? It's running rampant for a year in our country and in our entire country. From the ages of 0 to 17 years old, we've had 204 deaths of COVID.
Yep.
204 people. 204 people in the entire damn country, according to the CDC, under 17 years of age have died. So it's kind of interesting how the news talks about it. Every time somebody, young dies of COVID to scare the shit out of us. But at the end of the day, 204 people under the age of 17 died of COVID, right? So let's go on. From 18 to 29, in a year of COVID, 1,684 people have died of COVID the whole year. 30 and up, we've got 5,030. Then it doubles, 40 to 49, we got 13,000 people, 7,800. You can see right here, guys. Right here, this column right here. It shows you the death of all sexes of people of age group that have died of COVID. Kids are not at risk. 204. There's been more than 204 kids die probably on their way to school in car accidents that have died in school or died of COVID for any reason. So, I mean, it's very important to make this. We can see where the problem is, where people are dying. So
pay close attention. It's involving COVID.
Yeah,
there's nothing. They're not telling us that COVID was the absolute root cause. They're saying that as of their death, COVID was involved. That means COVID was in their system.
Exactly. And the CDC also issued a statement, okay, that 96.5% of COVID deaths that COVID only had COVID in their system. It doesn't necessarily mean that's what killed them. So if you take 96.5,
I thought it was 85%.
nope, it was 96.5. And if you take 96.5% of the people out of 204, how many people are you left with that just COVID 100% killed? And that's why we're dictating our lives, for God's sake. And then if you look at this chart, this shows us death counts by week. And if you go to March, and then it goes up, right? And then we go back down in July. And that's when I remember going to the beach in July, and everybody's like, yay, everything's great. And all of a sudden they pressed that fear button when Trump started winning the election. And as you can see, it's the truth. And then back in October, it starts climbing and climbing, and it peaked when people were wearing masks the most because masks work. That's why more people died. And then now, look where it's at, man. It's dropped completely, and I want to remind people are probably thinking, that's because of the vaccine. No, it's not. And most of the vaccine requires 2 shots. So is it herd immunity? Is it herd immunity? What's going on here? And is it just because Joe Biden's in presidency now and the Democrats don't need COVID for us to make us wear masks? That's not true. They're always going to press that fear button, so we keep going.
They still need COVID.
My God, we got to make sure everybody does this because
there's a great reset.
Yeah,
the great reset's they're using COVID and climate change for the great reset. If you want to know more about what they're doing with COVID and climate change, go onto the World Economic Forum's website. Look up the World Economic Forum and the Great Reset. The details are there. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's not hidden from you.
No,
it's right there in plain sight.
People don't want to see it. When they turn on their TV, they want to see, that dude with the nice hair, George Stephanopoulos. And they think that he's down the middle. Like, this guy's honest, he's down the middle, although he was part of the Clinton administration. Okay, he's going to be down the middle being a part of the Clinton administration. But anyway, they want to see that guy, and they want to listen to him. And then they want to listen to Dr. Fauci, right?
He's a moron.
Because he tells the truth. He's not been wrong at all. Like in April, he was telling us not to wear masks. Then he said we had to wear masks. Now he's saying, guess what, motherfuckers? You're going to have to wear 2 masks. And it's the truth. He did. He just said wearing 2 masks may keep you more safe.
And I've seen people do it. You're morons.
You are.
You're absolute morons.
Yeah, like that white plastic headgear thing. People don't wear masks, so they put the white plastic headgear on, and that's going to keep them safe.
Yeah. Please, if you all are willing, to wear 2 or 3 masks because Dr. Fauci says it,
fucking choke yourself.
Get a plastic bag, wrap it over your head. Use a rubber band around your neck because we really don't need you on this earth anymore. You're making it more difficult on the rest of us.
I don't know how America could ever win a war again. I can make grown men cry by using the wrong pronoun. How can we actually go to war with people and win when we're afraid to use the wrong pronoun as a country? It really is saying something. People are going to have to learn, be yourself. And if people don't like who you are, and, there's a difference in hate speech and then speech that you hate, right? There's a complete difference in that. I got that from Tom MacDonald, by the way. There's a difference in hate speech and speech that you hate. You may not like what I say, but it's not hate speech. No. And that's the point. I'm not going to be I'm not going to be shamed by teachers. I'm not going to be shamed with your fear. I'm not going to say, hey, he's a racist because he doesn't. That doesn't work. That doesn't work with me. In fact, I'll use it against you because killing the Keystone Pipeline was racist, right? That's how I'm going to use it against you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Please, Please, especially call me a racist. Hang around with one of my best friends who just happens to be black. You freaking people. Everybody's sick of this crap. If you're judging people by their color, you're a freaking racist. The majority of people out there in this world, it's all about the person that you are. It's how you act. It's how you treat other people. It has nothing to do with what color you are. People don't care. As soon as someone sees someone of a different race or ethnic background walk in front of them, they don't automatically think one thing like they want people to believe.
No,
Okay.
they want people to see that first. They want
Yeah.
you to see somebody's race and gender first. I mean, that's how Joe Biden is staffing his entire cabinet. You never hear about their qualifications. You hear about he staffed his cabinet with the first transgender. It's the first female vice president of color. It's the first, and I'm like, okay, I don't give a shit. Are they qualified? That's all I care about. You think China cares if it's that, or do you think it's care if they qualified? And the fact that once again, a known American company try to be less white. If you change white out of any of this and you think it sounds racist, then no, it doesn't sound racist. This is racist. This defines racism. Coca Cola saying me and my kids need to be less white, and here's how to do it. Look, hey, try to be less black. To be less black too, like that sounds racist. So why doesn't try to be less white sound racist? Less brown, less feminine, less masculine.
Absolutely.
Like, no, guys, quit trying to tell us how to live. West Virginia knocked out the whole racial thing they were trying to teach in schools. They were trying to teach race theory in schools. Like, race theory is them trying to teach you racism.
Exactly.
Period.
Yeah. Absolutely. And here's the other thing too. Everybody watching anybody watching us. Here's us talk about LGBTQ. Here's us talk about race. It has nothing to do with being homophobic, xenophobic, racist, anything like that. It's bringing to light the bullshit that's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't care what your sexual orientation is. Okay. Could care less what you all do.
Want to get married? Cool. Go get married.
Thing is, I don't agree with it. I don't believe the same way you do. But I look at it as each his own. If you're not affecting me with what you do, if it's not something where it's being shoved down my throat, I don't care what you do. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what ethnic background you come from. If you're a good person, you treat me with respect. I'm going to treat you with respect.
Yep.
Actually, I'll treat you with respect first. Until you disrespect me, and then you're a piece of shit to me.
Exactly. And see, that's the thing. That's the way we were brought up. That's West Virginian culture that people like to knock. West Virginian culture is we're taught to take care of the neighbor and honor thy neighbor. We're not taught to, hey, look, my neighbor's brown and my neighbor's gay. My neighbor's, no, I don't give a shit. You're my neighbor.
It's just morals. It's morals and values, people. That's all it is.
And you can look at the crime rates to discover what people are more and what people aren't. And you go to West Virginia and look at our crime rate, and then you go to some place like New York City or Chicago. And hey, by the way, Chicago they banned guns at once, and the Supreme Court had to overrule that ban. And look how many shootings, look at how many shootings are always in Chicago. Which brings me to my next point: guns. Right. So Joe Biden already ordered.
Oh God, we need to save this for another time.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not going down there.
Long one.
This is a long one. Yeah, we'll do that this weekend. I'm also, look, there's a website that's absolutely amazing called, I'm not going to pull it up and go over it, but it's called heyjackass.com, and it covers all of Chicago shootings, where the Chicago shootings are, the race of the people, the gender of the people, where they were hit by the bullet, if it killed them or not. And as of right now, this week in Chicago, they're already up to over 100 and some shootings, okay, where guns are almost banned and were banned until the Supreme Court took over and said, hey, you can't ban guns. It's unconstitutional. So that's Chicago. You don't hear that on your nightly news, right? Here soon, you're going to start seeing mass shootings. You're going to start seeing the media propaganda machine go after us by saying white people commit mass shootings with their assault weapons. This is all to gain support. It's all the propaganda machine covering it to gain support so they can attack our Second Amendment. That's all it is. If they were worried about guns, they'd be talking about Chicago. There would be a laser focus on Chicago right now, where there's over 100 shootings just this month. There isn't that here in West Virginia, nowhere near it in West Virginia. And every one of my dudes have more guns than they do ball hair.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just interesting to me, but we're kind of probably need to wrap this up. I can go on all day about this stuff. We've been going on.
We can have 5 shows on guns.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my God. It's ridiculous. Everything that's going on right now, people, you need to start really opening your eyes to what's going on. They're creating division. They're creating narratives to piss people off at each other.
And they're using people that people look up to do it. You know.
Yep.
They're trying. You tune into The Bachelor. They're using that. They're using it politically to change people's minds. You like Jennifer Lopez? Guess what? They're using her to change people's minds, just like Lady Gaga playing at Joe Biden's inauguration, right? Oh, well, I love Lady Gaga. That means I must like Joe Biden. No, they're using all of these people to that. When I say media, it's not only the news. It's your favorite actors that talk about the shit when they go to get their Grammy Award. Like, okay, we're not going to talk about politics when I'm rewarded for my art. Like, really? I'd give anything for somebody to reward me for my art. And I play music, but I'm not going to be like, hey, I'll use this as my reward and people need to start. I'm not going to use that platform for that. But they do it because they're part of that system.
Yeah, hey, Hollywood, I've got a little shout out real quick. You guys are organ grinder monkeys. You guys are paid. You guys are paid to dance. Okay. So do your little dance. Shut the hell up.
Exactly. And with that, Brian, I'm going to end this tonight. Once again, we're still getting you. I'm glad that for some of you guys that tuned in, I appreciate it. We're gonna be going live again this Saturday at 7:30. If any topics that you want me and Brian to discuss or talk about or research, send them my way. Send them Brian's way so we can do that.
Put them on our page.
Put them on our page. We're going to be having some guests on soon as well. We're still getting used to the technology, so I apologize for any technology hiccups that we may have going along the way.
Remember, guys, on Saturdays, we are always going to do a partial show on Facebook. And then we're going to finish our show on YouTube. Our link to YouTube is right there on our Facebook page. Click on it. Subscribe. Notification bell.
Help us out.
Yeah, get over there.
Our voices need to be loud. Your voices need to be loud. If we're ever going to get our kids back to school, it's not going to be them doing it. We're going to have to be vocal about it. You want to go to concerts again without wearing masks? By God, you're going to have to stick up for people like us that are saying it. Because we're not going to be going to concerts anymore, and I cannot go. Look, right here, I can't go without going to concerts. So
And if you guys have a voice, speak up. I mean, talk about it. Don't be afraid to. There are more and more people coming out doing podcast shows. We've got one that follows us right now. Her name is Chrissy White Lee. She is working on getting together a podcast. She's got all kinds of people that listen and talk to her. We have to support these people. Get out there and listen to them. Their voices make a difference. We have to communicate. You guys can make a difference. If stuff bothers you, talk to people about it.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, check out Steven Crowder. I've been following Steven Crowder. He's absolutely.
I'm a Mud Club member. Love him.
Yeah, he's hilarious. And he went on he's not only suing Facebook currently, but he went on a personal, they went on an investigation of voter fraud and recently aired what they found. And it's amazing. It really is. Steven Crowder is amazing. Watch his, Change My Minds. You could see how good of a human being he really is. And, we just check him out. Check us out again on Saturday at 7:30. And I'm glad that you guys tuned in to us on this short notice show. We just want to get more media out there, guys. So here we go. We're going to fade on out, and we're going to listen to some.
You guys all take care. Thanks for watching us.
Yep, take care. We're going to be listening to some Tom McDonald on our way out. You guys have a good one. Fake woke.
I think it's crazy I'm the one who they labeled as controversial, and Cardi B is the role model for 12-year-old girls. There's rappers pushing Xanax at the top of the billboard, but if I mention race in a song, I'm scared I'll get killed for it. It's backwards, it's getting exponentially dumb. It's more difficult to get a job than purchase a gun. Eminem used to gay bash and murder his mom, and now he doesn't want fans if they voted for Trump. We're ashamed to be American. You should probably love it, cause you have the right to say it and not get strung up in public. As children we were taught how to walk and talk, but the system system wants adults to sit down and shut up. Cancel culture runs the world now, the planet went crazy. Label everything we say as homophobic or racist. If you're white, then you're privileged, guilty by association. All our childhood heroes got Me Too'd or they're rapists. They never freed the slaves. They realized that they don't need the chains. They gave us tiny screens, we think we free cause we can't see the cage. They knew that race war would be the game they need to play. For people to big teams, they use the media to feed the flame. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Same old safe zones. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about your feelings. I think it's crazy all these people screaming facts, but they fake woke. Hate their neighbor cause you